Femi Falana, SAN. Yes, okay. I said that the Nigerian government is not competent to continue with the trial of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. That the only thing that the government needs to do now is just to negotiate with him. The government has no right to negotiate or to continue with the case of Nnamdi Kanu on treasonable charges. The human rights lawyer said that rather than wasting time and resources on Kanu's trial, he should sit down and negotiate with the IPOB leader. This is as the Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami after the appeal court ruling that discharged and acquitted Kanu, contended that the IPOB was merely discharged but not acquitted. Malami had in a statement by his special assistant on media and public relations officer Dr. Umar Jibril Gwandu insisted that for the avoidance of doubt and by the verdict of the court, Kanu was only discharged and not acquitted. The AGF has added that consequently the appropriate legal options before the authorities will be exploited and communicated accordingly to the public. The decision handed down by the Court of Appeal was on a single issue that border on rendition. Let it be made clear to the general public that other issues are predate rendition based on with which Kanu jump bail remain valid issues for judicial determination. The federal government will consider all available options open to us on the judgments on rendition while pursuing the determination of pre-rendition issues. Well, but Falana said that the trial cannot be concluded. The government cannot try him. Nnamdi Kanu, I know the government is not competent to try him. Omoyele Sowore was charged with treasonable felony in 2019. After we took the first witness, the government couldn't even go on. So the government has been adjourning the case, and that is the problem with politically motivated cases. Malami is just disgracing himself, honestly. Disgracing himself. What the government should do is to sit down with all aggrieved people in the country and negotiate. If you are negotiating with terrorists, why can't you not sit with Nnamdi Kanu and others? If Nigerians want to build a country, it must be on a platform of justice and fair play. Everyone must be treated equally. Falana cited the case of Sowore, the presidential candidate of the African Action Congress, who was arrested and charged with treasonable felony in 2019. And to date, the case had not been concluded because the government kept adjourning it. Also, Sowore had, during one of his media interviews this year, said that the government did not convict anyone of treasonable offense. Hence, rather than letting go of his case, the federal government chose to continue to adjourn it, having known that it would not win the case. So why wasting time? So all of you, whether they call you a Majiri, you come out and be running your mouth anyhow. The truth is just there, but you guys just want to continue in your deceit. The government shouldn't twist any ruling on IPOB. They don't have the rights, according to what Falana is letting us know. This is part of what we are saying. Leaders that like to suffer their citizens for their own benefits, and they still want us to be worshipping them like God. They want everyone to respect them. Meanwhile, they lack respect. You can't receive what you don't deserve. Tenny should have done more than what they said she did to Buhari. You should rather be sued for wrongful kidnapped and detention. Better for to fight for Biafra freedom now and forget Obi presidency, because Fulani people hate Biafra people passionately. Every reasonable Nigeria is saying one thing except Malami and his gang of Fulani herdsmen. But the government fails to understand good English. No negotiations are all we want is referendum and what we must get to decide our generational future. No referendum, no election. You get why? By the time Nnamdi Kanu finishes with the Nigerian government, Nigeria will be omitted from the world. The only negotiation is a date for referendum. Any negotiation, whatever you want, we call it, but it has to be negotiated. In your opinion, sir, they will not see it that way. Fulani can't see it the same way with you. Ezekome made Malami and his boss Buhari look ridiculous because before Nigerians. Jose Baba. It is not about competency, but Prophet Kanu is filled with the words of Jesus Christ, which says, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and hereby say, follow who no road. This is actually not my main problem. My main problem is the person who designed Nigeria coat of arms. He saw the eagle and horses fighting. Instead of him to separate them, he went and wrote peace and unity. This is where all the problems started from. Negotiate care. Oga, release the man. Bitter truth, Kanu must be released before night falls because it will be a very big problem for this night if Buhari give death here upon the huge resources spent in the name of persecution. At the end of the day, Olule, Olule. Nigeria is like a air fire to us. That is why we want Biafra. Malami the quota balance lawyer. Which kind of a sheepish statement is this? Are they not supposed to obey court order and release him? Coming from a lawyer and human rights activist shows some level of compromise. What kind of weak statement is that? Okay, you don't even understand, or you don't even like what a show Falana has said. That is the only solution because Nnamdi Kanu is bigger than them and more than 67 countries are backing him. Why he won Nigeria Muslim AGF was because they read book from back to front, while others that understand the same constitution read follow from the front to the back. They don't even understand the constitution at all. Buhari and his cohorts have destroyed this country. This is what obtains when you have products of quota system at the helm of affairs. Malami's sign should be questioned if he fails to do the needful in this regard. Enough of this intentional ridicule and embarrassment. What Malami is saying that that means he agreed that yes, he was illegally brought back to Nigeria, but he's talking about, is he hammering on the what is it called, on jumping of bail, jumping of bail. That is where Malami case is. Then I don't understand what happened to the court from Abia State who said Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail. They're just twisting everything up and down. I can teach Malami Law 101. Negotiate with him after 2 years in detention without committing any crime. Known to the law, they should pay him compensation for keeping him beside the bar for so long. So guys, that's what we see. They say he must be negotiated with. What do you think?